Many songs have been sung and many tales told. The names of heroes like Gandalf the Grey, Aragorn the King, and Frodo the Ring-Bearer are greatly revered, and rightly so. Yet Sauron's grasp stretched much further than the lands of Gondor and Rohan alone, and his forces might have done great evil in the north of Middle-earth, had a handful of heroes not stood in his path. Their stories, too, deserve to be told. Pay heed now to one such tale, which begins here in the town of Bree, just a few short days before Frodo arrived on his quest.
Aragorn.
Eredon, well met. And in company with Andriel of Rivendell and Farin of Erebor. An unlikely trio to find walking through the doors of the Prancing Pony. You were at Sarn Ford last I knew. Do you bear news from Halbarad?
Yes. Grim news.
I feared it would be so. Quickly, tell me what has happened, but keep your voices low. There are unfriendly ears, even here in Bree.
3 days passed. The guard at Sarn Ford was attacked by 9 Black Riders.
Stand fast, Rangers!
We were overwhelmed, and the enemy passed into the Shire.
This is worse than I imagined. I know these riders. It is from Mordor they come. Our folk could not hope to stand against the 9 together. How bad were our losses?
Very bad. We tried to resist them, but they were surrounded by an aura of unnatural dread.
There is more you should know. After the rout, one of the Black Riders met with an ally, a man of great malice and power.
As our master commanded, I have stirred up the orcs of the mountains. Even now, I have a force gathering amid the ruins of Old Fornost.
Return at once and prepare your forces. We will have need of them soon.
My orcs will be ready. These lands have known peace for too long. They will soon feel the Dark Lord's wrath.
If this Agandaur has a force at Fornost, then our position grows all the more desperate.
But why all this force against the peaceful halflings? It can't be the enemy sees them as a threat.
I will say this much. There is a hobbit of the Shire who should be coming this way with a great burden. If it falls into the hands of the enemy, it will mean doom for us all. Now this hobbit is adrift on the road with enemies all around. I must find him before they do. And I need you to help me keep him safe.
You are my chieftain. I will gladly do whatever you command.
I'm a part of this now as well.
Then we 3 are of one mind. How can we aid you?
We must reduce the threat from the enemies gathered at Fornost. Travel there and do whatever you can to keep the enemy's eye turned towards you and away from the Shire.
Perhaps we will have help in this task. Eladan and Elrohir were in the north when last I heard. Any gathering of the enemy is certain to attract their attention.
Good. You could find no better allies than the sons of Elrond half-elven.
I hope we meet. But with or without help, the enemy will be kept busy. We'll make sure of that. I have a few questions, if I may, Aragorn.
Shh. Here in Bree, there is no Aragorn. Only Strider the Ranger.
What of this man, Agandaur, who met with the Black Riders? What do you make of him?
Some servant of the Dark Lord, and by his name one to be feared. His presence in the north bodes ill for us all, but I'm glad you discovered it. At least now we are forewarned.
Those things that attacked us at Son Ford, those Black Riders, I've never seen anything like them before. What are they?
Do you not know them? There are whispered tales and legends enough that tell of them. They are the Nine, the Ring Wraiths. Of all the servants of the enemy, they are the most feared.
This Agendour, he was no wraith. He seemed like a man, one filled with malice and dark power, but a man nonetheless. But what kind of man would serve the Dark Lord?
Not all the Dark Lord's servants are wraiths and orcs. There have been and still are many men, warriors and kings that walk alive under the sun, and yet are under his sway, willing or unwilling.
Hello, Master Dwarf. Just come in from the Blue Mountains or the Iron Hills, have you? I'm sure you've had a long trip, and you'll be wanting a good meal and a nice bed. We get many a travelling dwarf here in the Prancing Pony, but I don't think I've seen you before. But don't mind me. I'm forgetting that dwarves like to keep their business to themselves. What can I do for you then?
I may have need of a few things before I leave town. Where should I look?
Well, we have stores and shops here in town, but I suspect most of them wouldn't suit your needs. You might try Adelgar Oldbank's shop. He's got a collection of unusual items which might interest you. It's right across the street from here, on the corner. If it's repairs you need, try Elman Brushwood, our blacksmith. His smithy is just across the street, there on the corner.
There's little in the way of art or gardens in Bree. I wonder if the towns of men are always so dismal.
Well, bless me. If it isn't an elf walking right into my shop like something from an old tale. Welcome, welcome. What can I do for you? I hope you have a trinket or two you would be willing to sell. Nothing as wonderful as elf-made goods.
Why, you are one of the little people. The halflings.
Hobbits, if you please. That's what we call ourselves. Perhaps you're surprised to see my kind living outside the Shire. But there were hobbits living in Bree long before there ever was a Shire. And we're still here.
What will you do now?
I will continue the search for the hobbit I spoke of. I've already scoured the road between here and the Shire, but found no trace of him. I fear he may have left the road, perhaps to escape pursuit. My hope now is that he will make his way here to Bree, the only safe haven for many miles. But if he does not appear soon, I will take to the road again in search of him. Should the enemy at Fornost join in the hunt, well, you understand just how grim our chances will become. I need you to prevent that. Go to Fornost. Take the fight to them.
We will do all we can. Farewell.
What news do travelers bring of late?
Lately, their talk has been pretty dark. All about wars brewing and even about about Mordor and all. Frightening talk to listen to, I'll admit.
Are you frightened?
Me? Heavens no. What is there in Bree that the Dark Lord would be interested in? We mind our own business and no one bothers us. That's the way it's always been.
What news do travelers bring lately?
Lately, the talk's mostly about trouble away to the south. Seems like there may be war or some other calamity brewing down there. Folks have been coming up the Greenway, or the old road from the south, looking for a place to find some peace.
Are they settling here in the Breelands?
Well, no. It's not that we aren't sympathetic to their troubles. It's just that Bree belongs to Bree folk. We can't take in a lot of outsiders. And the truth is, I don't like the look of a lot of these newcomers. Some of them have mischief on their minds.
Thanks. Farewell.
Bree is a pleasant enough place, but the people here mistrust my kind.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Got my head in the clouds, I guess.
Gloomy clouds, I'd say. Is something troubling you?
Oh, no. It's no trouble. Not really. It's more like, well, I'm in love.
I see. And who is it that you love?
It's Idona Bellflower, my childhood sweetheart. I always thought we were meant for each other, but her father doesn't like my prospects. He's arranging a match with the blacksmith, Elman Brushwood.
And she agrees with this match?
That's just it. I'm not sure. I always told her how much I loved her when we were children. It was all a game back then. Then we got older and it got so much harder to say.
You should tell her how you feel, before it's too late.
I want to tell her. I do. Look, this locket belonged to my mother. I want to give it to Idona as a token of my love. But the chain's broken, and Elman the blacksmith is the only one in town who can fix it. If I take it to him, he's sure to suspect something and turn me away.
Why not let me take it to him?
Yes, that might work. Elman would never suspect a stranger like you. There's one more thing. Idona's father. He keeps a careful eye on his daughter and won't give me a moment alone with her.
Your wares seem unusual for a town such as this.
That's what my neighbors are always telling me. I'm sure half the town thinks I'm completely cracked. But I've always loved old tales of adventure and daring deeds. So it's only natural I would open a shop selling weapons and armor and whatnot.
And this is profitable.
Oh, heavens no. But you see, my old dad was quite well off, and he left me a tidy sum. This is really more of a hobby than a business. But it could prove useful to someone like you. Take a look around.
Welcome to Bree. You're a stranger around here. May I ask you a few questions?
What sort of questions?
We hear a lot of talk from travelers these days. Most of them speak of war and of a growing shadow in the east. The townsfolk just dismiss this. Say it's far away and doesn't concern us. But I'm not so sure. You've traveled, maybe seen a few things. What's your opinion? Should we be worried?
I'd say there is good cause to worry.
I was afraid of that. If only I could convince others. But until then, I will have to take action on my own.
What do you intend to do?
I'd like to arrange for arming the town. We'll need more than pitchforks if we're forced to defend ourselves. I tried to convince a dwarven merchant to bring us weapons, but he refused.
Maybe I should talk to him. Dwarf to dwarf.
It's worth a try. His name is Groff. He's selling his wares from a market stall down the street. You might still find him there.
I'll let you know what he has to say.
I will take her the locket and your words.
Wonderful! Just perfect. Take the locket to Elman at the smithy across the street. Once it's repaired, bring it to Idona and tell her I love her, and that I'll do everything in my power to make her happy every day we are together.
Very well. I'll tell her.
And just one more thing. After you talk to her, could you come back and tell me what she said? One way or another, I have to know.
This is becoming more than a simple errand. I have other matters that need my attention.
But you are my last hope. Please. I promise it won't take long. Just take the locket to Elman for repairs, present it to Idona with my love, and return to me with her answer. That's all I ask.
Very well. Give me the locket. I will return soon.
Hello there. Ranger, are you? Let me guess. You've sprung some rivet or busted a blade out there roaming about the wild, and you need old Elman to make it right again.
You recognize me as a ranger, do you? Then you must know some of my folk.
Know 'em? No, not really. You're kind of usually tight-lipped, like to keep your secrets and all. But I have dealt with a fellow named Ador now and again. Tradesmen work for tools and iron on occasion. He knows his way around an hammer and anvil, he does.
I have a locket with a broken chain. Do you think you can repair it?
Let's see it. Looks like something might have been made in these parts. Maybe back in me old dad's day. Wouldn't expect one of your kind to have something like this. Where'd you come by?
You are correct. It is Bree work. I'm having it repaired as a favor to a friend.
I see. Well, it couldn't be simpler. I'll just add another link. And it won't cost you but a single silver penny.
Hello there. Always good to deal with my own kind. The name's Groff, and I hail from the Blue Mountains. I don't think I've seen you before.
Farin, at your service. My home is in Erebor, far to the east.
Erebor? A lonely mountain? Then you're one of King Dane's folk. I hear good things about your people's stonework, and their wealth.
Some of my kin once dwelt in your homeland. What can you tell me of it?
The Blue Mountains are prosperous enough, although we find more iron than gold. We rely on iron working for our livelihood. That's why I'm here selling tools to the Brelanders.
Picks and shovels are fine, but what about weapons? You make those as well?
Of course. We make arms and armor as fine as any in Middle-earth.
Good. I'd like you to bring some of them to Bree. These people have need of weapons.
You're pulling my beard. Weapons for these folk? They wouldn't know which end of the sword to hang on to. You might as well try selling shoes to hobbits.
There you are. Good as new.
I thank you. Farewell, Smith.
Hello, is there something I can do for you?
I am told you are pledged to the blacksmith. How do you feel about that match?
What? Is my betrothal a matter of such importance that total strangers wish to discuss it with me?
I have a message which I cannot deliver without knowing your feelings.
This is all very mysterious, but if you must know, Elmwood Brushwood is a decent man who makes a good living, and he has my father's blessing.
You have not answered my question. I asked how you feel.
Everyone says that in time we will grow to love one another, but Elmond does not have my heart.
Peace never lasts forever. These people need to be prepared.
Well now, if you're so eager to arm the Brelanders, how come you don't get your own folk to do it?
I would, but Erebor is too far away. There are people here who see the danger growing. They want to be prepared.
It'll take more than a few sensible folk to make it worth my time. These people are simple and peace-loving. It's plowshares they want, not swords.
So they're not warriors. Is that any reason not to give them a fighting chance if trouble comes their way?
You're right, of course. Maybe it's not such a bad idea after all. At least I'd have no competition. All right, I'll do it.
Excellent. How long do you think it will take?
Some time, I'm afraid. It's a long trek to the Blue Mountains and back. Not to mention I'll have to convince my kin I've not lost my mind. Probably 3 months or more, I reckon.
I will let them know when to expect you. Safe travels, Groff.
If that is the case, I have something for you. From Rowley Appledore.
A gift? From Rowley? But I thought that is he... I'm sorry, it's just so unexpected. What is this gift?
This locket. It was his mother's.
Oh, it's beautiful. But I don't understand. Why is he giving me this now?
He also wished me to convey his love for you.
Rowley loves me? Still? We were so close when we were children, but I thought he had forgotten all that.
He seems quite sincere.
But this is wonderful news. Wonderful. Rowley's always had my heart, always. The poor, simple, wonderful fool.
He is awaiting an answer from you.
Oh, please tell him I love him, and that we will find a way to be together always.
A welcome message, I'm sure. Goodbye, Idona.
Who could live in a town where it's always raining? It's depressing.
You're a strong man, Bramble. You do well with us.
Sounds good, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to hurt no one. Not real bad, anyway.
You think they care about you? I say take what you want and the rest be damned. Well, what do you want, dwarf? This is a private conversation.
What was it you said about hurting people?
Well, it's just that this fellow and his friends are offering me a chance to, well, you know, be part of a gang.
Shut your mouth, Harley Bramble. You don't have to spill your guts to every sooty-bearded coal miner that comes creeping into town.
Coal miner? You best keep a civil tongue in your head, friend.
And what if I don't? What are you gonna do about it, eh? You filthy dog. Have it your way for now. But I have friends, powerful friends. You'll soon be sorry. Mark my words. This whole town will be sorry.
Now, do you want the same lesson?
Me? No, I don't. I don't even know him, really. He's a stranger here. Just come up from the south a week or two ago. I won't have anything more to do with him, I swear.
Nothing good will come from that one. What did he want?
Well, I'm not really sure. He said there'd be changes around here soon, and those smart enough to join up with his friends would end up running things.
He's up to no good. Don't listen to him, or his kind.
Aye, you're right. Folks here may not treat me the way I like all the time, but it's still my town. I shouldn't go siding with strangers.
Make sure you remember that, or you'll answer to me.
You're back. Did you speak to Idona? What did she say? I'm dying to know.
It seems you have won her heart, Rowley.
Wonderful, wonderful. I can't thank you enough, my friend. But wait, hang on. Oh, I completely forgot. Edmund must have charged you something for that repair. I owe you for that, and for your trouble. Here, take what I have.
No, you keep it. I think you may need this more than I.
Well, if you're sure, thank you. I'm going to tell everyone how generous and kind you've been. Folks around here don't always trust rangers, but you'll always have at least one friend in Bree.
I hope you will both be happy. Good luck and goodbye, Rowley.
Did you speak with Groff? What did he say? Will he bring us weapons?
I changed his mind. He'll bring you weapons soon.
Excellent. My only concern now is the time it will take. What if we need to defend the town before the dwarf-made goods arrive? Maybe you could help me with that as well.
How so?
I can tell by your gear that you are no stranger to a fight. If you should have occasion to, well, let's say, recover any weapons you don't need, bring them to me, and I will pay you for them.
I'll bear that in mind. Farewell.
I must be on my way. This is forced, yet I see no sign of the enemy.
These ruins could hide a large army. We might even now be under the gaze of unfriendly eyes.
Well, we came to provide a distraction for Aragorn, and what better way to do that than walking in the front door? Let's be about it.
Creatures!
You face a ranger now!
At them! Attack!
Hold before me, please.
Find the archers!
I thank you, friends. Without your timely arrival, my death would have been slow, but certain.
You can speak.
Why, of course. The great eagles of the north speak as well as any man. I am called Balaram. My home is in the Misty Mountains, and I serve Guahir, Lord of Eagles. Who is it I have to thank for my rescue?
I am Eridan, one of the Dunedain of the north. And my companions are Andriel and Farin.
Then I am indebted to you, Eridan of the Dunedain, and to your friends.
What brought you here to Fornost?
I often range far across the lands of the north, gathering news for Guahir, my lord. When I saw activity here in long-abandoned Fornost, I grew curious and flew lower to investigate.
What did you see?
Goblins and other foul folk are working within the ruins. They appear to be preparing for war, building siege engines and stockpiling arms.
Did you see any sign of the one who leads this force?
I saw a tall man, heavily armored. The goblins obeyed his commands. Who he is I cannot say, but he had an aura of menace, like one tainted by the shadow.
Agandar. It must be.
You know this man?
He is a servant of the Dark Lord. We must find him and destroy him if we are able.
I will shadow your movements from above. In open ground I can strike against our foes. Call on me when the need is great.
There's a mounted crossbow over there. Attack! Let none escape!
Assist us. Take refuge here. I will shield us from their arrows and bolts. A troll! Be careful!
Fight me if you dare!
Someone's coming.
Besting a troll in combat. That is no small feat, friends. It would appear that we are on the same side. Perhaps we could be of assistance to each other. Allow us to offer a hand. Andriel, is that you?
Well met, my friends. We were told we might find you here. I am truly glad to see you. Allow me to introduce my companions, Eridan of the Dunedain and Farin of Erebor. I present to you Eladan and Elrohir, the sons of Elrond Half-Elven.
It is a pleasure to make the acquaintance of such skilled and courageous warriors. Was it the three of you then who freed the Great Eagle?
Yes, Belaram is his name.
That was well done. But what brings you to Fornost?
We are here at the request of Aragorn.
But why would Aragorn send you to Fornost? Has he learned of the goblin force gathered here?
It's bigger than just a gathering of goblins. We were with the Rangers at Sarn Ford when we were attacked by Black Riders out of Mordor.
That is grim news. But it does not explain why Aragorn would send you here.
The Black Riders are in league with a man called Agandar. It is he who commands this force.
I begin to understand. Aragorn wishes you to distract Agandar.
Aye, you've got the right of it.
But now that we have joined forces, we can do more than distract him. Let us cut the head from this serpent of Sauron.
Agreed. But first, we must find him.
He is certain to be in the citadel at the heart of the city. We must attempt to make our way there. No easy task amid these crumbling ruins, and a host of orcs and goblins will seek to bar our way. If we are separated, press on toward the citadel. There we will regroup for our final attack.
Be on your guard. Agandar wields dark powers. I only hope our combined strength will be enough to overcome him.
Follow us! Stay close to us! They have a mounted crossbow! Take cover! We will take care of the machine!
Prepare yourself! Goblins attack!
Do you fear the face of war?
Not yet!
I hear something over there. What manner of creatures are these?
Can they actually be so enamored of the darkness that they would willingly destroy themselves to strike at their enemies?
This is struggling!
More fire bearers around the corner! mounted crossbow.
Let's see if you can take me! You face the ranger now!
Agandawa must be within. Then that is where we must go. The way is barred by a powerful magic ward.
Can you break the spell?
Perhaps, but it will take time and concentration.
You'd best get started. We will guard you while you work.
They're bringing reinforcements! The elves are vulnerable! Keep the orcs away from them! Do you fear the beast of war? Need more time. They're still coming!
Drive back the orcs! We must keep them from Aladan and Arrow here!
Attack! Come on, you great orphan scum!
That must wait.
There. The ward has been removed.
Come quickly! The doors are open! Stay with us! Over here!
Darthar, what is happening out there?
Invaders.
How many?
Not many, but they freed the eagle.
Fools! Now our presence here will be revealed. Is this the best your rabble can do?
They must be great warriors. Bloody-handed elves, or some of those filthy tarts.
I don't care. Find them and kill them. Call out your guards. Don't let them escape.
Call my guard and be quick about it! Kill the intruders!
Hold on, we'll help you!
No, we must not allow Agandar time to escape. Go on, we will deal with his guards.
Chieftain of the Orcs Mount Ground. Chieftain, huh? Good. I'm tired of dealing with whackers.
one orc chief left.
Let us finish his followers as well.
I ain't blown out yet.
Quickly, we must follow after Eladan and Elro here. They may need our aid.
You should have fled Middle-earth with the rest of your cowardly kin, while you still had the chance.
We flee from nothing, least of all you, lackey of Sauron.
Fools! I am the right hand of Sauron. I will see your precious Rivendell burning, and your mongrel father hauled before me in chains.
You will do nothing. Your plots end here.
My work is only just beginning. Do you think you two alone can hope to stop me?
They are not alone.
Don't look for your guards. They won't be coming. Fornos means nothing. You haven't won anything here.
He's escaping!
Cannot hope to follow him now.
But I can!
Sorcery of Sauron! This is no natural storm!
I can no longer see him.
It is no use. He has escaped us for now.
Yes, but you cannot be blamed. It was bold of you to go after him alone. Indeed, though perhaps it was not the wisest course.
He summoned a storm. How can a man wield such power?
Sauron is a master of dark sorcery. He has taught these arts to mortals before. It may be that Agandar learned at the hand of the Dark Lord himself.
It is worse than Agandar alone. We faced orcs in the ruins below that cast spells against us. Never before have I encountered orcs who use sorcery.
This could mean Agandar has passed his knowledge on to others. Even to the orcs. That would be a great evil, even for one such as he.
What was that beast he made his escape on?
I cannot say. I have never seen nor heard of its like before today.
Nor have I. Perhaps the Dark Lord has bred these creatures as a challenge to my folk. I can only wonder how many of these beasts he has placed at Agandar's command.
If only we could have finished that snake here and now. I have a feeling he won't stay quiet for long. But what now? Where do we go from here?
For my part, I would gladly join in the hunt for Agandar. Yet, I have my duty to consider. I must return home to inform Lord Guaihir of all I have learned here.
Oh, aye. The King of the Eagles is indeed a revered friend of my people.
As his vassal, I am duty-bound to return to him. He must be informed of everything I have learned here.
Aye. Your duty to your people must come first. I'm glad we met, Balaram. I hope we'll meet again one day.
As do I, Farron of Erebor. You and your comrades saved my life. That is something I will not forget. If I can ever be of service to you, I will.
Farewell wherever you fare, Balaram. Till your Eyrie receives you at your journey's end.
My thanks! Commend me to Elrond, your father, and farewell.
As for us, I believe we also have a duty to inform our allies of all we have learned. For me, that means a return to Sanford. Halbarad, my captain, will be eager to hear our news.
Yes, we cannot say what forces still threaten the Shire. The Rangers may have need of us.
Should you find Halbarad has no pressing need of your services, I would urge you to make your way to Imladris. We may have need of your strength and resourcefulness before long.
I do not know this place, Imladris.
Ah, your pardon. You know it better as Rivendell.
We'd best head back to Sarnford. Farewell for now. I have received word through the Sons of Elrond and the Wandering Companies telling of your valor at Fornost. You are to be commended for your skill and daring.
Have you heard anything of Aragorn? He was desperately searching for a certain hobbit when we parted at Bree.
All I know is that Aragorn is rumored to have left Bree in the company of 4 hobbits of the Shire. I can only assume one of them is the hobbit he was seeking, and that they are now bound for Rivendell. There is worse news, however. On the night before they departed, the Prancing Pony Inn came under attack by unknown assailants.
I don't like the sound of that. Maybe he's in need of our help.
That was my thought as well. But if he is being pursued, Aragorn will take pains to cover his trail. Even a tracker as skilled as you would be unlikely to find him.
Well then, what should we do?
I advise you to make your way to Rivendell. Aragorn will be eager to hear news of Agandaur, and he may have other tasks for you to perform. For now, the enemy seems to have turned away from the Shire.
These Black Riders, the Nazgûl, they have come a long way from Mordor. It seems strange they would travel all that way just to invade the Shire. Have you any idea why they would do such a thing?
I do know why they're here, but it is not for me to pass that knowledge on to others. Perhaps Aragorn or Elrond will tell you more when you reach Rivendell.
Travel to Rivendell? Very well, but it is a long journey. We'd best get started.
Perhaps there is something you can do for me on your way.
You have but to name it.
I sent 2 of my rangers, Kilaran and Luin, on patrol along the Brandywine River. They should have returned long before now. I am growing concerned for them.
They are both seasoned rangers who have served many years in this region. We can be certain they have not simply lost their way.
From which direction would you expect them to come?
They were to follow the Brandywine north as far as the Great East Road, and from there to make their way back by passing through the Barrow Downs.
The Downs are just north of our position here.
Then we'll make our way north by way of the Barrow Downs.
Perhaps we will discover some trace of them as we travel.
You have my thanks. I know your skill as a tracker, Aradan. If Luin and Kilaran made it as far as the Downs, you should be able to pick up their trail. Farewell, and safe travels to you all.
You're soon to be off again, are you? Well, I have a few things among our supplies that may help you on your way. Perhaps a few extra arrows for your quiver, and a few of Solana's healing drafts may come in very handy as well. Take a look.
First, give me your thoughts about what happened here. The attack of the Black Riders.
Ah, well, I've seen many things in my day. Evil in many forms. But I've never seen anything like we faced that day. So many lost. It's hard for an old man to see so many younger men slain. I wish I could... Well, there's nothing to be gained from wishing. Those men died trying to protect those who can't protect themselves. No one can ask for a better ending. But you still live. And there is a long and dangerous journey ahead of you. You must be prepared. Take a look at the stores I have on hand.
I'm
told the Barrow Downs are filled with ancient tombs. What do you know of them, Elf?
These tombs were made by the fathers of men in the depths of time. They were sacred to the men of Arnor, and they too buried their dead here, until their kingdom fell to the Witch King.
These hills have an evil reputation in the folklore of the Shire and Bree, but rangers travel here often without incident. Still, I feel a sense of unease. We must stay alert.
Mistrust this fog. It is no natural mist. An unnatural presence here, and it draws closer. Beware, the Borrow Whites have awoken.
Fight me if you dare!
Our Emperor Tithonio!
Was that a troll?
pretty obvious now to fell the missing Rangers.
As long as there is a chance they still live, I won't give up the search.
Something comes our way.
Needs more time.
If I read the signs right, Lewin and Kalaran fought a battle here as well. And look here, broken shards of a ranger's sword. I know this blade. It belonged to Kalaran.
This is proof your comrades were here. But where are they now?
The tracks show where two bodies were dragged to the entrance of that large barrow.
Were they living or dead?
I cannot say.
To discover their fate is by following them to the bottom. He lives! But the spell of the Barrow lies heavy upon him. Awake now, Dunedain. Come back from the darkness. Awake!
No strength can prevail against this sickness. What good are swords in the face of this plague? What in the name of Eridan?
Yes, it's me, my friend.
I have been dreaming.
How did the Barrowites ensnare you within this tomb?
I recall we were making good speed through the downs, eager to return to our friends. But a fog began to rise and it became hard to find our way. We began to hear voices calling to us, as if from far off, or else underground. And then The dead were all around us. We fought them, but then I felt the presence of something else, something stronger, more evil. I saw a shadowy figure seize hold of Kalaran and he fell senseless. It came for me. That is all I remember. But if I was brought living into this tomb, then the same would be true for Kalaran. We need to find him.
That is what we intend to do. Are you strong enough to join us?
Yes, I think I can keep up with you.
Let's go before any more dead things decide to turn up.
He's a friend. I cannot.
The man you knew is dead. This is but a cruel trick. Defend yourself.
I'll have to wait. sorry about what happened to your comrade. Are you going to be all right?
First Black Riders, now Barrow-wites. This is more than men should have to contend with. But where there is life, there is hope. Thanks for your concern, but I will be all right. I owe it to those who have fallen to go on as best I may.
You've been through a lot. Maybe you should come with us to Rivendell. Or we can take you to Bree. It's not far away.
No, I feel my strength returning. I'll soon be myself again. And then I will bear Kalaran's body away from these tainted tombs. He should be buried with the rest of his brothers who fell at Sarnford.
That's a noble mission. I hope you can rest in peace now. Farewell.
Andriel, welcome home. My sons informed us of your actions at Fornost. Such courage and resolve brings great honor to our household.
I am grateful for what you did at Fornost. If Agendaur's forces had joined in the hunt, there is little chance that I and my charters would have made it here to safety.
I am pleased to have been of service, and more so to see you here alive and well. Although, I remain curious about this halfling you are seeking.
I think it is time we told our newfound friends what they have gotten themselves into.
Mithrandir, I am happy to find you here, my friend.
Indeed. I am happy to find myself here as well. For like you, I have traveled a long and dangerous road to reach Rivendell. But I think your friends may know me better as Gandalf.
Well then, can you explain why the enemy is so eager to get his hands on a poor little hobbit?
You have more than earned such an explanation. Tell me, what do you know of Isildur's Bane?
Isildur's Bane? That is another name for the Ring of Power.
Quite right. The Ring of Power. The One Ring. The ruling ring. After lying lost and nearly forgotten for centuries, Sauron's ring has once again been found.
Do you mean to say the hobbit Aragorn rescued has come into possession of the Dark Lord's ring?
This explains why the Nazgul have come north. But what will become of the ring now?
There is no safe resting place for the ring. Not even here in Imladris. It is a danger to all who come near to it. There is only one course left to us. The ring must be destroyed.
To do so, the ring will need to be cast into the same fires from which it was forged. Those of Mount Doom, in the land of Mordor. The hobbit, Frodo Baggins, has agreed to take it there.
You're not going to send a hobbit off to Mordor alone.
No, certainly not. A fellowship will be formed. A fellowship of 9. 9 walkers set against Sauron's 9 Black Riders. Among this fellowship will be representatives of all the free peoples of the world. Elves, dwarves, and men. Aragorn and I will both be going.
What may we do to assist your fellowship?
The Nazgul and Agendaur are dire threats. We must learn all we can of their movements before the Fellowship is to depart. Scouts will be sent out in every direction to scour the lands around Rivendell. Your aid in this would be of great service to our cause.
Very well. Where should we start?
Agendaur is our chief concern. Although the Nazgul are powerful foes, their mission here in the north is abundantly clear. We can only guess what Agendaur may be planning, or where he went after he escaped from you.
I suspect he may be planning to move against us here. Sauron's hatred of the elves is very great. He does not forget the hand we played in his defeat during the War of the Last Alliance.
If it is strength he wants, he may well find it among the Ettenmoors.
You know that region better than I. What can you tell me of the Ettenmoors?
The Ettenmoors are a spur of the Misty Mountains, lying almost directly north of Rivendell. It is a wild region of very rugged terrain, home to many trolls and giants.
I myself was in the Etten Moors but days ago. I saw no sign of Agendar's presence, but neither did I encounter trolls. That fact alone is troubling. It could be that they are gathering in force, somewhere among the moors.
We will travel to the Etten Moors. If the enemy is active there, we will know of it.
From what I have heard of you, from Aragorn and Elrond's sons, I expected no less. Still, you have had a long road and hard fighting to get this far. Take what time you need to rest and recover before you set out. The Etten Moors are a dangerous place for the unprepared.
The hospitality of my house is yours for as long as you wish.
Greetings, Andriel. I am glad for the chance to speak with an old friend. Need keeps me away from Imladris, but my thoughts are often with those who dwell here.
I would like to know more about those chosen to be part of your fellowship.
Who is it that interests you?
One elf at least goes with you on your quest. Tell me about Legolas.
It is fitting that we have a representative of the Eldar along with us. Your people have been foes of Sauron since before my ancestors returned to the shores of Middle-earth. The Elves of Mirkwood are constantly called upon to protect their realm from the many enemies that infest that wood. They are skilled warriors and unmatched archers.
What of these other hobbits? Is it wise to send so many of the little folk on this quest?
We are asking much of Frodo. Until recently, he had never set foot outside the confines of the Shire. It will be a comfort for him to have the familiar companionship of his friends and kin, in the face of so much that will be new and frightening. I have traveled with these hobbits, and they proved far more courageous and hardy than many would suspect.
You go now to claim your rightful place as the King of Gondor.
Above all, I go to help Frodo fulfill his quest. For unless the ring is destroyed, Gondor will soon fall. King or no king.
Good luck to you.
You don't look like any elf of Rivendell. I'd wager you are one of the Wood Elves of Mirkwood.
You are correct. I am Legolas, son of Thranduil, king of the Woodland Realm. And I believe you are a dwarf of the Lonely Mountain.
That's right. I'm Farin of Erebor. Strange meeting a Wood Elf here, when I so seldom see them at home.
It is true. The distance between our two realms is not great. Yet it seems we seldom have dealings with your folk.
If things are cold between our folk, it is not the fault of the dwarves.
Oh? I had not heard the fault lies with the elves.
Oh, let me refresh your memory then. Your father imprisoned our king, Thorin Oakenshield, when he found him lost and starving in Mirkwood.
Your Thorin refused to give a good account of himself. We who dwell in Mirkwood do not keep our borders safe by trusting every ragged wanderer who trespasses in our realm.
So, now you insult one of our most revered kings. If I were not a guest in an Elf Lord's hall, I would have more to say about that.
As usual, you overreact. Dwarves and their stiff necks. You may be useful allies at need, but I will never understand how anyone could be friends with a dwarf.
The sun shines and all is fair and peaceful here in Elmatris. A far cry from the blood and dust of Fornost, is it not? The valor you showed there brings honor to all our folk. I'm only sorry you will have so little time here at home before setting out once more.
How fares your sister, the Lady Arwen?
She is well, although weighed down with care. It is hard for her to be so soon parted from Aragorn, her beloved. But such is their fate.
Farewell, friends. May good fortune accompany you. Nothing calls to my heart like this. My home. Unless perhaps the sea.
Hello, you are Andriel, aren't you? I was hoping I would get a chance to speak with you.
And you are Frodo Baggins. Aragorn and Gandalf have told me about you. And your burden.
Likewise, they have told me all about you. I wanted to thank you and your friends for all you did to keep us safe on our journey to Rivendell.
Will you tell me about your journey here? Clearly it was not an easy one.
We had trouble almost from the start. The Black Riders were always just behind us, and we nearly met disaster in the Burrow Downs, at Bree, and again at Weathertop.
I am familiar with the ruin known as Weathertop. What happened there?
We were attacked by 5 of the Black Riders. I was foolish, and I put on the ring. One of them wounded me before Aragorn managed to drive them away. The knife that was used against me left a shard in the wound. From what Gandalf has told me, the fragment was working its way inward. If it had reached my heart, I would have become a wraith under the power of the Black Riders. Fortunately, we were able to reach Rivendell in time for Elrond's healing arts to save me.
It is indeed a heavy burden you bear, Frodo. May you find strength and wisdom on the long road ahead. Farewell.
What's this, kinsman? You dally in Rivendell when there's important work to be done. And if the scouts dally, so do we. I may be forced to go troll hunting in your place.
We killed an orc chieftain and drove Agendour from his stronghold. What worries you about the north?
Before we left, we heard that Mordor was stirring up the Easterlings. But should they be foolish enough to move against King Brand of Dale, they'll find King Dane of Erebor standing fast at his side. But every step of the way here, we heard rumor of new gatherings of orcs and goblins and worse things. And though the fearful count every enemy twice, there may be some truth to it. You found such enemies at Fornost. When Sauron strikes, there will be more than one land that feels his wrath. I fear for the Shire and Rivendell, but my heart would rest more easily if I knew you kept watch over them. If Faron of the Lonely Mountain defends the north, then no enemy can prevail.
You don't ask much, but my friends and I will do what we can. If you can bear the honor of the dwarves on your quest, I can do no less here. You have my word on it.
Hello there, Andriel. It's good to see you back safe and sound. I've heard all about what you and your friends did to help my Frodo and the Dunedain reach Rivendell safely. Oh, you'll have to tell me all about it one of these days so I can write it all down properly.
Bilbo Baggins, a pleasure to see you again. Have you been keeping well?
Oh, well enough, thank you. A bit sleepy, to tell the truth. It does make it difficult to get on with my writing. But naps are so pleasant here.
So, you have been keeping up with your writing. What is it you are working on now?
Oh, a little of this and a little of that. History, my past adventures, family trees. I've even begun a book of translations from the Elvish. Although lately I've been working on poetry mostly. Say, maybe you could help me with that. I'm writing a poem for Aragorn and I'm a bit stuck on a line or two.
Is that so? Well then, let me hear what you have.
Very well, very well. The verse that's giving me trouble runs like this. The light from the west is rekindled. Forth from Imladris it springs. Renewed is the hope that has dwindled.
The light from the west is rekindled. Forth from Imladris it springs. Renewed is the hope that is dwindled. The scion of Westernese kings.
Why, yes, yes, that's just the thing, isn't it? Oh, my friend, you should consider exchanging those weapons of yours for the poet's pen.
I hope the day will come again when we concern ourselves solely with music and poetry, but I fear that day is still far off.
Oh, I'm afraid you're right, but since these old hands are not much use with a sword, I'll just keep on with the pen. Though I'll need some help. Perhaps you could show this to the Lady Arwen. She has her people's gift with words, and this touches her deeply after all.
I will take it to her.
Ah, thanks very much. Be sure to give her my compliments, won't you?
Happily. Farewell for now, Bilbo.
Greetings, lady. I am Legolas, son of King Thranduil of the Woodland Realm in Mirkwood.
Your pardon. I did not know I addressed a prince.
Yes, a prince. But please, there's no need to stand on formalities. We of Mirkwood seldom do.
What brought you on such a long and perilous journey?
Unpleasant business. My father sent me to report the escape of Gollum, a creature Aragorn had entrusted to our care.
What can you tell me about this Gollum?
A pathetic creature who long held the Ring of Power. The evil of the ring has left him twisted and tormented. His only thought is to recover what was taken from him.
How did Gollum escape your guard?
Not from a lack of watchfulness, but perhaps from too much kindness. We occasionally allowed Gollum to go about the wood under close guard. But on one of these ventures, the guards were attacked by orcs from Dol Guldur. In the confusion, Gollum escaped. We followed his tracks southward for many leagues, until it drew near to Dol Guldur. There, it became too dangerous to pursue him any further.
Will you be departing for your home soon?
No. I have been chosen to represent Elvenkind among the Company of the Ring. I will be accompanying the halfling, Frodo Baggins, on his journey south.
I wonder why it is that with so many elves in his own household to consider, Elrond chose to make you a member of the Fellowship.
I asked for the privilege, and Elrond did not refuse me. I feel he may have been relieved not to lose any of his household to this quest. He will have need of all his strength, should the enemy move against Imladris.
I am curious why you would volunteer for this.
Partially to make amends for the loss of Gollum, but more so because this will be the final chapter in our long struggle against the darkness. And I wish to have a hand in our final victory. Or at least, to stand in the forefront of our last act of defiance.
May Elbereth guide you in the days ahead, Legolas.
And you as well, Andriel.
Ah, we meet again. You were right. The Bree folk bought up every weapon I had to sell. It's a pity I couldn't have made it back sooner, though.
Eh? Why's that? Did something happen here?
You haven't heard? A gang of brigands attacked the town. Some townsfolk were killed fighting them off. If they'd been better armed, it might have saved their lives.
I hope they've learned a lesson from all this. Ignoring problems won't make them go away.
You can't blame them for hoping trouble would pass them by. But my folk have a saying. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Aye, you've got the right of it. Trust a dwarf when it comes to common sense. Goodbye, and good luck.
You've returned. I'm happy to see you safe.
Something's wrong, that's plain. What happened, lass?
I thought maybe you had heard. The townsfolk talk of little else now. A gang of wicked men attacked Bree. We fought them off, but 5 of our people were killed. My Rowley was one of them.
Oh, that's hard to bear. He was a good man.
When the attack came, Rowley fought them. I'm told he was very brave.
I'm sure of it. He had a lot to fight for.
Thank you for saying so. It's comforting to hear.
The evil at the root of this crime will be destroyed. Rowley will be avenged.
I hope you're right. It would be good to know that others won't have to suffer what I have.
My heart goes out to you. Be well, lass.
Again for bringing me those weapons. The town was attacked by a gang of ruffians. I was able to arm several townsmen and we managed to drive them off. We lost some men, but it could have been far worse.
Oh, a great pity. I hope you'll face nothing worse.
The town is well armed now, but our men still lack any real skill with their weapons. I hope they have time to learn.
What are you doing to prepare for any further trouble?
We've organized a watch and keep a strong guard on the gates at all times. Men are training with their new weapons daily. This isn't the same town it once was.
Maybe you've come to appreciate the Rangers a bit more now, huh?
I'm told that the Rangers have all gone off somewhere. It's plain to everyone now how much they did to keep us safe. This town will be a lot more welcoming to Rangers if ever they come back.
Let's hope they return.
Ambush!
It is finished! My people are avenged.
And behold, here come your kin.
My lord.
It would appear that you have done our work for us, Balaram.
Not I, Lord Guahir. Your thanks belong to these three. Andriel, Farin, and Aradan. It is they who rid us of Baghrasar.
The same three that saved you at Fornost.
Indeed. A remarkable chance that we should meet again.
If chance it was, your fates seem strangely intertwined. But be that as it may, we are doubly grateful to you. First for saving the life of Balaram, and now for slaying the giant.
We are glad your fallen kin have been avenged. Baghrasar was a threat to all free folk. It is only fitting we should join together to destroy him.
Well spoken. But I wonder what purpose you had for coming to the Ettenmoors. This is no place for idle wandering.
Elrond Half-Elven suspected the enemy might be gathering here. It was he who sent us to investigate.
He also thought we might find a servant of the enemy here, a man called Agendaur.
Balaram has told us of that one, but I fear you have come too late. We have searched the Ettenmoors thoroughly in our hunt for Baghrasar, yet we have seen no sign of this servant of the Dark Lord. If he was here, we can be reasonably certain he is here no longer. My people will work to disperse the enemy forces that remain in the moors. We will be on guard against the return of Agendaur.
Then we'd best head back to Rivendell. Elrond will be wondering about us. We've already been gone too long.
I will arrange for a messenger.
My lord, I owe my life to these three. And I too believe Agendaur to be a grave threat to the free peoples of the north. Eagles no less so than any other. If you would grant me leave, I wish to accompany them and aid them in their quest.
You ask a great deal, Balaram. I may have need for all my followers soon. Yet I perceive a great destiny awaits these three, and it seems you are now part of it. Very well. I will grant you permission to join with them for as long as you see fit.
Unless Balaram plans to carry his friends like sheep in his talons, he will need help. If it pleases you, my lord, I will gladly accompany them as well.
I too have a stake in this quest. Let me be the third.
So be it. Three who cleave the air to match three who walk the earth. May fortune favor you all. Arminel, Barenthor, you shall be at Balaram's command. Obey his word until such time as you return to us. Now I must depart. Many forces are at work across Middle-earth, and many events take shape. I must consider what part the Eagles will play in them.
We are grateful for your aid, Lord Guahir, and your trust. Farewell.
I hope we reach our destination soon, or this weather may prove more deadly than the orcs.
Take heart. We are nearly there, and this snowfall will hide us from the eyes of the enemy below.
Balaram, look! Above the mountain! Set us down! We can attempt to find a way into the mountain under cover of this storm.
There is little chance of that, with those creatures keeping watch from above. Once we land you, my comrades and I will draw off the beasts.
Let's hope those flying beasts are too occupied with the eagles to notice us.
We can hope their eyes are less keen than those of our eagle friends. We may appear to be just a few more orcs among the hordes of Gundabad.
It's a sad day when I have to hope I'm mistaken for an orc.
Look at the camps below. Orcs must be gathering from all across the north.
match it. That's certain.
Our way is barred.
Escape us! After that, yes.
I was sure I'd met my end. It's good to be wrong. Someone was here before us. There was a fight here very recently.
The bodies. They're dwarves.
This one lives still.
Well then, come on, you scum. Finish it. You're not orcs.
Why are you here? What were you trying to do?
We seek a weapon. We must find it. Use it. Stop the orcs.
A weapon? What kind of weapon? Where can we find it?
Dwarf weapon. In the stone. Nordri has the key. Find them. Help them. Please. Save Nordenbach.
Andriel, help him. Use your arts.
No. Save it. The arrows. Poison. No hope. But you can help. Help my friends.
Where are your friends?
Went on. Can't say where. Now. Find them. They need help.
Nordenbad? Where's that?
It's too late. He's dead.
But there may be more like him within this fortress.
Aye, and they're looking for some sort of weapon. Come on, let's see if we can find them. It pains me to leave fallen dwarves to these accursed orcs, but we have no choice. Of once great Gundabad.
They delight in marring the works of others, and twisting them to their own foul purpose.
These caverns echo with the hammer blows of 1,000 orc smiths.
More fallen dwarves. We must be close.
We won't find out standing here.
This is it! Quick, lad! Up you go!
There are too many orcs. We'll never hold them long enough.
Maybe not, but we can try.
Well then, come on, you filth! Baruch Kazor!
Katana Menu!
We're friends! We're here to help you!
We must work together to overcome these odds.
There's a mounted crossbow over there.
Man the mounted crossbows!
We'll hold them off! Kazan! Kazan! Keep them away from the weapon! At all costs!
I'm sorely hurt.
I don't know what brings you to a place like this, but I'm mighty glad to see you all the same.
We might say exactly the same. What are you doing here?
We've come to activate an ancient weapon.
With luck, it'll kill a lot of orcs.
What sort of weapon?
You'll see. Once activated, it'll take some time to do its work.
Aye, and it's sure to bring a lot more orcs down on us, too.
No time for dilly-dallying. Go ahead and use it.
We'll hold off the orcs.
A horn call? Are you mad? You're calling them here.
I did warn you about that.
This is a tall order.
The whole mountain is coming down!
Aye, a good deal of it anyway. Just as we hoped.
You knew this was going to happen?
It's what we came here for.
We had to strike this blow if our people are to survive. I'm heartily sorry for getting all of you killed as well.
I don't think we need to worry about death just yet. Look!
Durin's beard!
Well, this is a day I'll not soon forget. I've seen a few things in my time, but I've not flown on an eagle's back till today. Well, now that it's a bit easier to talk, let me thank you properly for saving our lives and bid you welcome to Nordenbad, our home. Nordri's father, the Lord Gorin, will want to speak with you. Nordri's gone ahead to report on the Gundabad raid and to tell him about everything you did for us.
I'd like to hear a bit more about your Lord Gorin before we meet him.
Gorin's a great leader. He'd have to be to hold Nordenbad together for so long, surrounded by enemies and starved for basic necessities as we are. There's not a dwarf here who wouldn't lay down his life for him.
Why did you lead your warriors against Mount Gundabad?
We keep a careful watch on the orcs of the mountains. When we saw them gathering in large numbers at Gundabad, we had reason to believe they were preparing to move against us here. We didn't like our chances against that many orcs, but we knew about the hidden weapon at Gundabad. So Nordri and I led a small force there to use it against them.
Seems like a suicide mission to me.
Aye, every dwarf was a volunteer and knew he wouldn't be coming back.
But you said Nordri is Goran's son? He let his son go on a mission like that?
She didn't have a choice. After a lifetime of lecturing the lad about his duty to his people, there was no way Goran could say no when Nordri volunteered, much as he'd have liked to.
Do you think the orcs will follow us here to Nordenbad?
Escaping on eagles like we did will throw them off the trail a bit, but it won't be long before they realize it was a group of dwarves that hit them first, and that'll get them thinking about us here. It's not like they're not thinking about Nordenbad anyway, but I'll let Goran tell you more about that.
We traveled east a long way over many mountain peaks to get here. But where in Middle-earth are we exactly?
Aye, it's east you've come. Clean over the Misty Mountains and along the length of the Grey Mountains. You've left the lands of Eriador behind. You're on the northern edge of the land of Rovanion now.
I'm pleased to make the acquaintance of a fellow dwarf, but between the fighting and traveling and all, I don't think we got your name.
Oh, confound me for an old fool. Bruni, son of Bane, at your service and your families. I'm captain of the Nordenbad Guard and a servant of Lord Goran.
We'll be happy to speak with your Lord Goran.
Just make your way past the doors you see yonder and you'll find him within. The guards have been instructed to let you pass.
I suspect I'm the first man to see the inside of these halls.
I am certain I am the first elf to do so.
What a grand view this is. Bit chilly for my liking, though.
Here, sire, are those I spoke of. Allow me to present a kinsman, Farron of Erebor, and also Andriel and Eridan, his companions. We succeeded in our task, and I live to tell of it, thanks only to their aid.
You are most welcome here, kinsman, and no less so your companions, be they man, elf, or eagle. Welcome all to Nordenbad, last hall of the Longbeards in the Grey Mountains. You have returned to me, my son and my oldest friend, whom already I mourned as lost. For this, you will forever have my gratitude and the hospitality of these halls. Know that this is not something lightly given, for never before have we allowed any but our own folk to pass these gates, and no eyes have gazed upon the hidden lake of Azanzaram, save those of our close kindred. Yet for what you have done, I will gladly lay aside our ancient oath of secrecy.
You are fellow Longbeards. Then we truly are kin. I didn't know any of our folks still dwelt in the Grey Mountains.
Aye. In centuries past, most of our kin called these mountains home. But then the dragons came from the far north. One by one, our halls were lost or abandoned. All but Nordenbad. We alone endured those dark times. And thanks to you, we may hope to endure our current troubles as well.
I have beheld many an underground lake, but never one as large and beautiful as this. Is this the work of your kin?
Nay, my ancestors discovered Azanzaram even as you see it. We have worked with care to enhance what we found. A chip here, a tap there, fashioning bridges, halls, and tunnels. But always, we have taken care to preserve the great gift we were given.
It is indeed a marvel. I would these were peaceful times, so I might bide here for a while to see all your works and wonders.
May I ask how it was you happened to be in so unlikely a place as Mount Gundabad? One does not go lightly into so foul a pit.
We were seeking a servant of the enemy, a man known as Agandar.
Agandar?
We are familiar with that one. Curse is Blackheart.
He appeared before our gates some weeks past, and called us to parley, in the name of Sauron the Great, so he said.
What did the snake have to say?
He demanded that we yield ourselves up to the mercy of Sauron, as if there was any mercy in the Dark Lord.
He lays claim to Nordenbad, telling us if we turn over our halls and riches without a fight, our lives will be spared, and we will be free to seek a new home elsewhere.
Of course, we would have nothing of that. When we defied him, he grew wrathful, threatening us with the fiery doom that overtook our ancestors.
I doubt Agendaur is one to appreciate the beauty of Nordenbad. What's he after, do you think? Gold and jewels?
Nay. Nordenbad provides for our needs, but never have we considered it rich, save in beauty.
I fear he may have allied himself with the dragon Orgast, who dwells in these parts. With such a beast at his command, we would have little hope of resisting him.
Dragons, curse them all. But could even Agendaur persuade a dragon to do his will?
Perhaps not on his own account, but if he speaks for the Dark Lord, even Orgast would think twice before offending him.
Nah. Dragons are wicked creatures, and their greed knows no bounds. Agendaur only has to name the right price.
Then would it not be best to destroy this dragon before it can be used as a weapon?
Well, destroy Orgast? If only it were that simple. The attack on Gundabad would be a peaceful stroll around the lake in comparison. Nay, if it were so easy to slay dragons, there would be many more dwarves still dwelling in these mountains.
Urgost has never taken notice of us before. We rather hoped it would stay that way.
They say it does not pay to leave a live dragon out of your calculations, if you live near one.
And we cannot allow Agendaur to gain such a powerful ally.
Aye, better go after it before it comes after us. Where can we find Urgost?
You do not lack for courage, I will grant you. Yet we know not where the dragon dwells. No dwarf has discovered his lair and lived to tell of it.
Perhaps Radagast knows this secret, or can discover it. Seems there is little that happens in Wilderland that escapes his notice.
And who is Radagast?
Radagast the Brown. He is a wizard, a master of birds and beasts. He keeps to himself mostly, but he's a decent enough sort. As long as you mean no harm to the wild creatures he befriends.
He dwells within the forest of Mirkwood, away to the south. Perhaps your companion Belaram would know where to find him, for it is said that Radagast is a friend to the Lord of Eagles himself.
We should travel to Mirkwood. If Radagast knows as much as you say, it is certain to be worthwhile.
Indeed. But before you set out, please accept a token of our gratitude. Seek out my steward Galar. I have instructed him to open our vaults to you. I believe you may find something within that will be of service in the days ahead.
Ah, there's a view that would move the heart of any dwarf. It's marvelous. There is some fine stonework here. Very fine indeed. There are skilled artisans here, to be sure.
Ah, you must be Farin, our distant kin from the Lonely Mountain. Word of you has spread like a beard on fire. Well, this is a rare treat. I hope all your folk are such fierce warriors. The enemy will feel your blows for a long time to come. So, how can I help you today?
Ha! I'd know that smell anywhere. You've singed your beard.
Well, hard to be a smith without getting a few sparks in your beard. What do you expect when you're working with a hammer and forge and hot metal? They've taken to calling me Burly Birdbeard. Used to have a beard down to my belt. Well, shorter is safer. Long as you keep a bucket of water handy, there's nothing to worry about.
Keeping a place like this secret for so long, well, I can't help but wonder if you found something too valuable to speak of. Mithril, let's say?
Oh, we've no such wealth as mithril here. Not that I haven't dreamt of finding a vein of true silver. I work iron and a bit of ordinary silver or gold. A few gems here and there. Mostly we hide to escape the notice of the dragons. Bad blood between dwarves and dragons as well, you know. And then there's all the orcs. Ah, but I dream of a day when we could trade for finer goods. I've been working on a silver belt studded with crystal, with a special mount for the gem I crave above all others. The gem that comes from no mine.
What dwarf doesn't have a love for that treasure? It's pearls you speak of.
Pearls! The most perfect and beautiful of precious things. How they glimmer and gleam. I've hoarded a small handful of white pearls, but even those won't satisfy me for this belt. My dream of perfection is nothing less than the fabled Black Pearl. I've heard rumor of them, but I fear I'll never see one.
Leave it to me, kinsman. If there's a black pearl to be found in these parts, I'll bring it to you.
Mighty good of you. You'll find me generous should you return. I mean, when you return. Anything else I can do for you?
So you're the stranger from Erebor. You look like a proper dwarf in spite of that, I guess. Now that you know we're here, I suppose we'll be overrun with distant ken coming to gawk at our lake. Are you here to buy something? I've an excellent stock of the best Nordenbad craftwork, so speak up. Time's a-wasting.
See here, Goring himself sent me. He said to talk to his steward and choose something as a token of his gratitude.
Yes, yes. He may have mentioned it to me. It was rather too generous of him. Not that I don't appreciate what you did, but how does he expect me to increase our wealth by giving our best work away? Well, here you go. Take your pick. Are you here to buy something? Speak up. Time's a-wasting.
Your welcome leaves something to be desired, kinsman. Why the sour mood?
Well, let's see. We've got an orc army growing, a dragon hungry for dwarf snacks, and one of Sauron's lieutenants making threats. Pardon me while I break out in a song and dance. Now see here, I need to do some business, so how's about you buy something before I get downright grumpy?
Nobody shapes stone like a dwarf. It's too bad we can't stay for a while. It's been too long since I enjoyed real dwarven hospitality.
Mirkwood is a place I prefer to fly over, not into, but we are ready to go.
If this fellow Radagast can tell us where to find Urgost, we'll have to face him next. Have you ever gone up against a dragon?
No. That is a risk I have gladly avoided. One does not willingly seek out a dragon, unless there is no choice.
close friends with this wizard, Radagast, I take it.
The Brown Wizard has been a close friend of the Eagles since he first came to Middle-earth and settled into the forest that is now called Mirkwood, even before it came to have that dark name. That was long before I was born, but I have visited with him many times in his home at Rosgobel when I would bring him news from afar. But I have not seen him since he abandoned Rosgobel.
What could drive a wizard from his own home?
He was gone from his home before I could ask. But there has been a growing threat and darkness in the south of Mirkwood. I believe Rosgobel is no longer safe, even for a wizard. But fear not. I know Radagast's favored places in the north of Mirkwood. We will find him, or I will bring you to a place you are likely to find him at the very least.
Then it looks like we have to head for Mirkwood.
We will be ready.
Seeking the wizard. No one can help him now, and no one can help him.
Enter the sphere of light and be healed.
More time!
That was closer to death than I care to be. On your feet, my friend. We need your help.
Power needs our aid! That's closer to death than I care to be. Well done, my friends. That one will spread his veil of lies no more. Yet I fear this was no chance meeting. If Wulfrun was here, it could mean trouble for Radagast. You should press on and find him.
The sorcerer said something about a wizard.
He can only have meant Radagast.
But what could Agendaur want with Radagast?
The Brown Wizard concerns himself little with the outside world. Yet he has worked against Sauron in the past. Perhaps Agendaur merely wishes to settle an old score, but it seems more likely he seeks to prevent Radagast from aiding his enemies. We should find him.
What is this creature you've bested? It smells foul.
Who can say? Some beast from an older world, maybe. Bred and twisted by the Dark Lord to serve his most trusted servants.
The sorcerer said something about a wizard.
He can only have meant Radagast.
But what could Agendaur want with Radagast?
The brown wizard concerns himself little with the outside world. Yet he has worked against Sauron in the past. Perhaps Agendaur merely wishes to settle an old score, but it seems more likely he seeks to prevent Radagast from aiding his enemies. We should find him.
We will find him, but what about you? Are you hurt?
The beast did its damage, but not enough to keep me from the air. I will be fully recovered soon enough.
We will continue the search on foot. Should we look for you here once we have found him?
No, I must find my companions. They are probably worried about me. Together, we will keep watch from above. Radagast has many friends among the birds of Mirkwood. If you find him, he can send a message to us easily enough.
Very well. Good luck, Balaram.
I don't like the look of this Mirkwood. I wish our path would have led us elsewhere.
Why would Radagast choose to make his home in such a place?
They say that Mirkwood was not always like this. It was fair enough before the shadow of the Dark Lord fell over it.
That shadow lies here still. There are evil creatures in this wood. Be on your guard.
Look! There!
Warg! That's done it. Now the whole forest knows we're here.
Let's go. The warg that one hears is worse than the orc that one fears.
True, but where the warg howls, there also the orc prowls. An encampment of orcs!
Be watchful. The wargs have given away our presence.
I don't like this. Keep your eyes open. It's an ambush!
They seek cover in the undergrowth.
We need cover from their arrows! They're charging!
By my beard, that was a close one. Over there.
Must wait.
Enter the sphere of light and be healed.
I cannot do that yet.
Do you fear the fate of war?
More time.
I must have aid.
Not ready yet.
This must be Radagast's home.
It looks peaceful enough.
Then what did the sorcerer mean when he said we were too late?
Perhaps he was only trying to discourage us.
Feel my wrath!
More time. Yes. More time.
Aid our friend! Double quick!
Radagast, are you here?
Do you fear the fate of war?
Do that. That must wait.
Here, to me if you need healing.
Can't take much more! Badly hurt! Won't last much longer!
Enter the sphere of light and be healed.
Radagast! Are you here? Come on, you faint-hearted scum!
Within this sphere
Is that a staff on the ground?
There are many spider tracks leading deeper into the woods. It appears as if they were dragging something. I fear it could be Radagast, but whether he was living or dead, I cannot say. I see movement in the trees.
Here, to me if you need healing.
Fight me if you dare!
Less reckless with your life.
The trail leads down there. I'm sure of it.
The wizard!
The wizard? No, no, my dears. That is food. He says the wizard must die. Take him and devour him, he commands. And so I shall. But not yet. Not yet. Let him hang a bit first. Let him await my pleasure. But the wizard alone is barely a meal for one such as myself. The boar is a face.
companion! Quickly!
Back on your feet. You have an enemy to face.
Fight me if you dare!
Carefully. Let him down slowly now.
He yet lives.
Aye, and he's coming around.
Radagast, are you well?
Oh, what a thoroughly unpleasant experience. I shall have more pity for flies in the future.
I had heard Mirkwood was home to many spiders, but I never expected anything like this. Are there more of her kind around?
I certainly hope not. This was the Spider Queen Senathra. I've heard many fearful tales of her from my friends among the forest creatures, but I've never before had the misfortune of encountering her. I'm rather surprised to find her here. By all accounts, she kept her lair in the craggy mountains near Dol Guldur, far to the south.
There was a powerful force here, and it is clear that you were their target. Why is the enemy after you?
The enemy never needs a reason to kill and destroy. But if I were to hazard a guess why they were after me in particular, I would say it is because of my talent for gathering and sending news quickly.
That could mean they plan to attack our friends nearby.
The Bjornings and my woodland kin are in danger. We must warn them.
Oh, you needn't concern yourself with that. As I said, I have a talent for such things. I will make sure our friends are warned. It's the neighborly thing to do, after all.
Can you tell us what happened?
Senathra snatched me. Took me unawares, I'm afraid. I really didn't expect to encounter anything of her sort in this corner of the wood. No, not at all. You see, I came here to get away from trouble. Darkness is spreading across Mirkwood. Darker than usual darkness, I mean. And it's coming from Dol Guldur in the south. Roscobel, my usual home, lies a little too close to Dol Guldur for comfort. So I came here. I have several such retreats. You can never be too prepared, living in Mirkwood and all. But, do I know you?
No, Radagast, but you do know me.
Ah, young Bellerum. It's a pleasure to see you. So you are a part of this little party too? It's quite a mixed bag, really. I don't see elves, dwarves, and men rubbing elbows often, especially not in Mirkwood. Now add an eagle as well. This is turning out to be a rather extraordinary day, really, all things considered.
I am just glad we came in time. My friends and I have a mission, and we came seeking your aid.
We're looking for the dragon Urgost, who lives in the Grey Mountains.
And we have no time for a lengthy search.
We were told you might be able to help us find him.
You wish to find a dragon? Oh dear, is that really wise?
Wise or not, that is our mission. Do you know where Urgost can be found?
Well, he's a dragon, so I would say the Grey Mountains.
Yes, that is as we have already said. But do you know where in the Grey Mountains?
I haven't the foggiest notion, really.
What? So we've just been chasing the wind?
Ah, now, not so fast. I may not know where Urgost dwells, but I just might be able to find out. I would need my staff for that, and I seem to have mislaid it somewhere.
I have met another of your order, Gandalf the Grey. You seem different from him.
do I? Well, cannot one man be unlike another and yet both still be men? I suppose there is no one quite like Gandalf, although I sometimes feel as if I should be more like him. At any rate, I assure you, we are both wizards in spite of our differences.
We found your staff. Here it is.
I knew you would have need of it once we found you.
Ah, excellent. Aren't you the clever one? Crafty as a fox in your own fashion, too, I can tell. I'm grateful to you. Well then, let's see what we can find out, shall we? My friends might know a thing or two. Do you have news for me, little one? Ah. I see, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Very brave of you. Well done, my friend. And there you have it.
Perhaps you could explain further for those of us who do not speak the language of swallows.
Oh, you don't? Quite a pity, really. They're rather pleasant little fellows. Always something nice to say.
Well, what did this one have to say?
Quite a bit, actually. Here, let me show you.
Have you considered my offer?
You bargain with what you do not possess, man of the South.
I will have your price soon enough. Think carefully before you spurn this offer, dragon. As mighty as you are, you would do well not to offend my master.
I did not say I refused. Only that you must first achieve my reward before you can give it.
Ah, formality. I go now to take your price, but I will leave men behind to await your answer. Consider well, but not too long.
My time and my thoughts are my own to spend.
For now.
Very close to the dragon's lair, and must now go more cautiously. If Orgost was to catch us airborne, he might lay us low with a single blast of dragon fire. It is best you proceed on foot, while we shadow you from above.
Look around you, friends. Long have I wished to gaze upon these lost mansions of my people. I only wish I had time to explore them.
Then it was your folk who delved the ruins that surround us?
Aye. Once there was a mighty host of dwarves living in these mountains, before the dragons came from the northern wastes to plunder our homes. Ah, to have seen these realms in the days of their glory. Seems we're always fated to lose the fruits of our labor. Do you think the dragon will be on the lookout for us?
I hope it is not so, but the keen senses of dragons are legendary. I fear he will see, hear, or smell us long before we can come to grips with him. still. If Agendar's minions are hereabouts, it may be that their presence will mask our own.
No point in delaying any longer. Let's get going.
These are some remnant of the men who served the Witch King long ago.
We did not mean to disturb you, Mighty One. We are simple travelers making our way through these mountains.
Do you think me a fool? No one travels in the Grey Mountains without good cause. Do not waste my time with pointless lies.
We are hunting a servant of the Dark Lord, a man called Agendaur.
Are you indeed? Maybe we can make a deal.
A deal? What sort of deal?
Agendaur wishes me to join him in his conquest of the North. As a reward, he offers the realm of Nordenbard and all the wealth found there.
Nordenbad is not his to give. It belongs to Goran and his people. Even with Agendaur's aid, you will never take it.
I did not say I wanted it. What is Nordenbard but a hole in the earth where a handful of dwarves scratch for whatever meager wealth the Grey Mountains will yield? If I wanted Nordenbard, I would have taken it long ago. No, I have my eyes set on a far greater prize. I want the ancient fortress of the Witch King himself, gone doom.
Where is this place, Khan Doom?
It sits lies atop the northernmost peaks of the Misty Mountains. Of old, it was the capital of the realm of Angmar, the mighty fortress of the Witch King himself.
What do you want with such a place?
The Grey Mountains are no longer a suitable home for one of my might and majesty. The oft-plundered homes of the dwarves who once dwelt here hold neither the wealth nor the grandeur I desire. Not even that watery hole, Nordenbard. No, I would be lord of loftier halls and master of the hidden vaults of the Witch King as well.
What's to prevent you from taking it?
He has taken control of Khan Doom. From there, he plans his conquest of the North.
If you are so mighty, why not take Khan Doom from Agendaur yourself? Can it be that you fear him?
Do not try my patience, Ranger. I fear no man. But Agendaur is a servant of Sauron. And I have no wish to make an enemy of the Dark Lord. You, on the other hand, have already done so. If you would see me remain neutral in this war, destroy Agendaur and turn over Khan Doom to me.
We would be fools to trust the word of a dragon.
What do you fear? That I will betray you to your death? That would be easy enough to achieve right now. Accept my offer, and you may yet face Agendaur. Choose swiftly. I grow tired of this debate.
Very well, dragon. Since Agendaur is the greater of two evils, we will accept your offer. Stay out of this war and Khan Doom will be yours.
A wise choice. See that you don't disappoint me. And if you are truly concerned with the fate of Nordenbard, you might wish to return. Agendaur is moving against it even as we speak.
They'll need our help. Let's go!
Oh yes. By all means, hurry.
I wonder indeed what transpired within that cave. But if our friends are in danger, then questions must wait. I will call Armanel and Baranthor, and we will depart at once.
They're massing for another attack. I don't think we can hold off another one.
No. Nor do I.
Did you hear that? Have I gone mad or... No, look! It's them, by thunder! Our eagle riding thing! They've come back! Do you see, Blue? They... Mighty glad I have to see you, but it may already be too late. I've only a handful left in this fight.
Then fall back to the upper chambers. Give us what support you can from there.
And we will see what we can do against their siege machines.
What?
Your place is with your people, Norte. Go!
Luck to you all.
Fall back! Back to the upper gallery! Fall back! Here they come! We must hold them! Fight on!
Needs more time.
Much appreciated, friend. Take cover!
Stop the sappers before they can blast down the inner doors. Rescue our friend, quickly!
Let me help you.
Roger, my friend. I'm in your debt. Just yet, Lord Master. We have need of you.
I am in your debt. Sappers on the left side!
Don't let the sappers reach the inner door!
They send trolls against the gate!
Come! We will drive them back! Berenthor, to the gate!
Beware! Beware!
Andrew, Mars, the gate! saved?
I believe so, but his wounds are severe. He will need time and constant care for this to recover.
You'll have that. The best that we can do, I promise you. I'll take charge here. Go to my father and tell him what's happened. He'll send more to help with Balrog. Warrington lives? That's some good news, at least. He was wounded in the fighting, but he's still on his feet. Hurry inside now and speak to him.
Once again, we of Nordenbad are in your debt. Without your aid, we would not have held them. The enemy is defeated, but at very great cost.
I hate to think of the price you paid to hold Nordenbad.
Aye. So many good dwarves lost. I do not think we will fight again in this war, unless in a final stand upon the shores and bridges of Azanzaram itself. We can only hope that Agendaur now believes the price of taking Nordenbad is too high.
Our friend Balaram is badly hurt. We've got to help him.
I have already ordered my people to bear him into the hall. He will have the best care we can give, for it is certain we owe him our lives. But what of Urgast? You set out to deal with the dragon. Did you find him?
Yes, but Agendaur found him first. He promised Urgast Nordenbad.
But we offered him Agendaur's stronghold, the fortress of Kharndoom.
Kharndoom? The ancient fortress of the Witch King of Angmar? Yes. We should have known Agendaur would reoccupy that accursed place. If Urgast desires that black pit, he is welcome to it. But Agendaur will need to be dealt with first.
Was Agendaur in command of this attack?
It would seem he did not consider Nordenbad worthy of his personal attention. We saw no sign of his presence during the battle.
He sits in Kharndoom like a spider in his web. We'll have to go after him there.
Such a trek will be long and difficult, and the loss of the Eagles means you will need to go on foot.
Well, so be it. Payment is long overdue. Agendaur must die.
I can spare no warriors to send with you. The strength of Nordenbad is all but spent. Yet it would please me if you would take these. They are heirlooms of my house. The greatest works of my people passed down through long generations. Parting with them would be hard, but your fight is our fight, and so I give them freely. Choose what you will, and may it help avenge the fallen.
Are you here to buy something? Speak up! Time's a waste.
Is that how you make a distant kinsman feel welcome? I put my life on the line for Nordenbad.
Why should I give some stranger a pat on the back when my own folk are dying? We fought alone. We always have. What's Nordenbad to you?
You dare say that to me? Your own kin? Hammer and tongs. We risked all to keep the dwarves of Nordenbad from being destroyed, and that's your thanks. And what of the great eagles who died for you? Do you scorn their sacrifice? Does it mean nothing to you?
I had not heard about the eagles. Hardly. Forgive me, I was thinking only of myself and the friends I've lost. I see that you've suffered your own great loss. Your names will be sung with honor in these halls, and we won't forget what you've done for us. Pay no attention to me. I'm a cantankerous old fool sometimes. Well, most of the time.
It must be hard to find trade goods when you're hidden away in this place.
We've had a rough time of it here, I won't deny it. Mostly we managed some trade with the Bjornings, the men who live down south of us in the vales of the Anduin. They've good use for our metalwork, and they bring us foodstuffs in return. Otherwise, there'll be mushrooms for breakfast, mushrooms for lunch, and mushrooms for dinner. You You wouldn't believe how many ways we've learned to cook mushrooms. I'll be back on my feet soon enough. You came back? Bless you. Please, leave me be. He was my brother. They did all they could. I'm afraid I'm not in the mood for conversation right now.
Balaram, can you hear me, my friend?
Farin, I am within walls of stone, and hear no sounds of battle. Then Nordenbad was saved.
Yes, Nordenbad endures. The enemy has retreated.
How long have I been here like this?
Not long. Rest easy now. You must save your strength.
Where are Berenthor and Armanel?
Don't concern yourself with that sort of thing right now. You should just try to rest.
Such words only increase my unease. Tell me what happened.
I wish I could tell you otherwise, but they fell in battle. Both were as valiant as any warrior could be. They died heroes, and we'll never forget their sacrifice.
Your words are kind, and I thank you for them. But my friends are dead nonetheless. What is more, they died under my command. It is a heavy burden to bear. But what of Agendaur? Was he too slain in battle, or does he yet live?
Agendaur did not lead the assault. He must still be at Karndun.
Then we must seek for him there. Armanel and Berenthor must be avenged.
There's no doubting your courage, Balaram. But courage won't heal wounds. We've got to go on. But you will have to stay here.
Yes. It is clear I cannot accompany you now. And if you delay, others may die. I will not be responsible for that. Go, with my blessing upon you, friends.
Farewell, brave one. We'll miss your company, but I expect to see you strong and healthy when we get back. Don't you dare disappoint me.
Saved Nordenbad. No doubt of that.
Here, take my hand.
You needn't be doing me any favors. The mountain I can't climb hasn't been built.
Well, we won't be going back that way, I'm thinking.
But you were correct, Eridan. There are no guards watching this route.
Small wonder.
We cannot count on it remaining unwatched for long. Come, let us find a way into this fortress.
fog. It's rust. Much of this fortress is clad in iron.
I think not. They appear to be men of Kharn-Dûm, at least stricken with some madness. They would destroy us if they could. The foulness may work in our favor. Such a place will probably be lightly guarded.
I hope you're right. It's hard to fight and loot at the same time.
These wretched creatures were driven mad by the study of dark sorcery. Few can master those foul arts for long. And this is the price of failure. That one uses sorcery! Slay the sorcerer!
Finishes Hagendar's beast. He will not escape us that way again.
But the battle took a terrible toll and you were already injured. Are you strong enough to retreat from here?
I will gain my strength soon enough. But I have no intention of retreating. I wish to be part of the final stroke against Hagendar. The blood of my kin. And the bonds of friendship demand this of me.
This is madness. You cannot continue to fight while so badly hurt. Please, you must leave while there is yet time.
It is not my way to abandon friends in the face of danger. And much less so, great-hearted friends. Beg me to leave them.
Since you will not be persuaded, will you at least promise to hold back from battle until our need is very great? There is nothing to be gained from spending your life without cause.
It shall be as you say. Now let us go on. The enemy will be upon us if we delay any further.
We must be close. Stay together.
Hagendar.
Caleb.
be the same 3 lackeys who hid behind the elves at Fornost? You are the ones who have followed in my wake, upsetting my plans.
Yes, and we have thwarted you at every turn.
All you have done is raise my ire. Because of your insolence, my conquest of the North shall be all the more cruel.
Such threats only strengthen our resolve, monster.
Come down and face us, Agendaur. You have much to answer for.
Witless fools. I learned at the hand of the Dark Lord himself. I am Sauron's greatest weapon in the North. You rush only to your death.
You have my thanks.
choice. Sauron is no more.
What? How could you know that?
It is true. I can feel it. Like a great weight has been lifted from my heart.
I feel it too. He's done it. Frodo's really done it. The ring has been destroyed.
Be that as it may, you must still honor your oath to me. Gondum is mine.
We are true to our word, Dragon. You are welcome.
Just see you mind your manners, old worm. And we'll have no quarrel.
It is a long way home from here, for each of us.
Let us make for Emlodris. You will find no better place to rest and recover.
You have but to say the word, and we will press on.
What say you, Farin? Should we go to Rivendell?
A little rest sounds good.